Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about um, the abstract art. Maybe you have seen a painting with shapes, lines, or colors uh, that not always look like a normal person or 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 a landscape or a place. In this case, this is abstract art. This movement started almost um, 100 years ago, and it changed the way to understand art um, and the representation about any kind of shapes. Mm, in this video, I will try to explain the main ideas of the abstract art. Uh, so and I want to show you important works and their artists. And finally, we're going to talk about Manuel Felguérez because he's the most representative person here in Zacatecas about abstract art. Let's start. Well, what is abstract art? Before abstract art, most of the paintings, most of the paintings show real things. Mm, the most of them reflect religious scenarios or nature, but maybe around 90 10 in the first years of the last century, some of the artists they start to think different to another's. They ask, does art need to represent something real? They and their answer was absolutely not. Abstract mm, the abstract used the colors, lines, forms, and textures to create any kind of composition. Uh, that's mean uh, it's not in the object, but they believe that they show a visual experience. Most of the times you don't need to recognize a face of a tree, and this is the most important by the painters. But you only just feel the art. This movement includes uh, geometric, lyrical abstraction, expressionism, and many more. The important pioneers were Wassily Kandinsky, Kazimir Malevich, and Piet Mondrian. Now we're going to mention the key works from this moment. Well, the first important work is about Wassily Kandinsky. He's he he born in Russia, and the title of this painting was is Composition Sept in 1913. This is one of the most famous abstract paintings. It is big, full of colors, lines, and dynamic shapes. Kandinsky believed in the how the colors and forms could produce emotions, like the music. Um, Indeed, he compared painting with music. He always thought that just as a music doesn't need words, painting doesn't need objects in this case. Uh, their painting looks like an explosion of energy. There are swirls, lines, and spots of red, blue, yellow, black, and white. This person is spend a lot of time, months, even more than you believe. So he tried to represent the abstract as a spiritual experience. If you look at this word, you might feel joy, chaos, or mystery. Now we're going to talk about the black square. This painting was created by Kazimir Malevich. This is very simple but revolutionary painting. This is a black square, as you can see, as you can watch. It's a black square on a white background. Malevich started a movement called supremacism. He believed that the most important thing in the art was pure feeling, not image on the real world. Black square, is the beginning of a new art. Zero reference to nature, just from and color. When people saw it for the first time, the first impression, a lot of them they feel confused. They're thought my child could do better things compared with Malevich, but well, it's only about perception. Another important work is created by Piet Mondrian. He's from Germany. The title was called Broadway Boogie Woogie. Mondrian started with a natural landscape, but in the time he reduced his art on only horizontal and vertical lines on primary colors, as you can see, red, blue, and yellow. Um, this painting was inspired of the city of New York and the music called Boogie Woogie, which is a jazz style. The painting has many small squares, and the color gray is on the background. It looks like a map of city blocks or like a subway. Even though it is abstract, you can feel the rhythm, movement, and happiness. Mondrian spent many years trying to perfection his style. He always believed that abstract art could show a universal harmony. This paint is very different from Kandinsky because Kandinsky almost expressed chaos. But hold on, the Mexican abstract artist exists a good vision in this part of the world. Well, as we know, Manuel Felguérez is one of the most famous Mexican artists. He born in Zacatecas. Unfortunately, he passed a better life in 6 years ago. He was a key figure in abstract art in Mexico. Most people think Mexican art is only muralism as the works like Diego Rivera or Siqueiros. But Felguérez showed that Mexico also produced greater works. One important work by Felguérez is Tensión, hacia, created in the 70s. The technique is acrylic lacquer on silk. The title means tension towards three in English. In this word, you can see three main elements or directions that seem to pull each other. Right here, in the middle too. The use of silk gives a special texture. Felguérez believed that art should not copy reality, but create a new reality. He said, "I don't represent things, I will relationships." This work is a perfect example of his style. You can feel tension, but also harmony in their colors. It's not chaotic. It is carefully structured. Well, in my personal opinion, I think the abstract art is very interesting because he tried to invite us to think and feel, omitting rules. I I I know some people here in Zacatecas that they work with this kind of art. They told me that they feel curious when they try to develop any kind of these works. Mm, I really like the Felguérez arts because he had more than folk or art morals. If you want to watch their works, you can go his museum, what is called Museum Manuel Felguérez of abstract art. Well, if you can you can consider understand this kind of abstract, you must go and visit the local museums. Well, it's I appreciate your time and see you in another chance. Have a good one.